Alright, so critical attributes of similar figures. I hope you were able to fill in the blanks. Figures that have the same blank. What do we put there? Shape. Good. But not size. Good. Are called
Similar figures.
similar figures. Good. Alright, if two polygons are similar, then their blank angles are blank. Good. Their corresponding angles are what? Congruent. Good. You need to know that. And the blank of their corresponding side lengths are, say that again, the ratios of their corresponding side lengths are proportional. Take one. Example number 1, determine whether triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF and explain. So are their corresponding angles congruent?
Yes.
And how do we know? Well, yes, it's the same shape. Does A correspond with D, angle A and D?
Yes.
They're corresponding, but not only do they have to be corresponding, they have to be congruent. That's important. So you're supposed to check A and D have congruent angles. And then we have angle B and angle E. They are also congruent. And then angle C corresponds to F, but they also have to be congruent. Awesome. So yes, and then we checked. Step 2, are the ratios of their corresponding side lengths equivalent? What'd y'all get? Yes. And then how did you get their ratios? Okay, so we got AB, right, corresponds to DE, so 4, 6, and that simplifies to what?
2/3.
2/3. So they all need to simplify to 2/3. Are we good? And then we have side BC corresponds to EF. 6 times simplifies to 2/3, and then of course our last one. Those are corresponding side lengths, and we're going to write corresponding side lengths as a ratio. And that simplifies to 2/3. Did anybody get 6 fourths, 9, 6, and 12 eighths? Nobody did that that way? You did, that's fine. Are we good? Questions about that? Questions about similar figures? Okay, so today we're going to be using those corresponding side lengths, putting them into a proportion, and solving for the missing side length. Okay, so let's look at our first example. Example number 2. We have rectangle KLNN is similar to rectangle PQRS, and we're going to determine the missing side measure. So, corresponding side to corresponding side. So, do we have any corresponding sides with information given to put in a proportion? Addie?
4/3 or 3/4.
Okay, so that is KN corresponds to PS, right? So 4 corresponds to 3, right? Those side lengths. And then what's another corresponding side? Yeah, so we have KL and PQ. KL and PQ, which is our missing side length, right? So now what do we do? What can we do? What can we solve for the missing side? Calculators, what can we do? What can we do to 4 to get to 5 in our calculator? We can do what? 5 divided by 4 is what? Good. So if we multiply 4 times 1.25, what do we do to 3? Good. And so our side length is good. 3.75 units. Are we good? Let's do another one together. Let's do number 1. Rectangle ABCD is similar to rectangle WXYZ. Find the length of WX. So this is what we're trying to find. So WX corresponds to what side length? AB. Very good. So X corresponds to AB. We're good so far? What's another corresponding sign length we can use to put in our proportion? Okay, so WZ corresponds to AD. Good. So 4 corresponds to 5. Are we good with that? And what can we do to solve? How can we solve for the missing side length? Now that we've set up a proportion of it.
Have to do 12 divided by 5.
Okay, you get what?
You get 2.4.
You can multiply 5 times 2.4. What do you do to the bottom? You're going to what? Do the top. 4 times 2.4 is 9.6 units. Okay, so with your table, go ahead and try number 2. Good. You could have simplified 4, 6 as well. And then, so this could have been simplified to 2/3. 3 times 5 is 15. But that, you'll still get x equals 10. So good job. One big clap. 1, 2, 3. I mean, y'all have a calculator, so. All right. The back page, I want you to do numbers 1 through 4, and then I'll see where you're at in 5 minutes, and then we'll check. Only numbers 1 through 4. All right, for number 1 and 2, you were just to determine whether each pair of polygons are similar. Show us what you did. Okay. So yes, these are similar. One big clap. 1, 2, 3. And all sides have to have the same ratio. Do we need to do the other 2 sides? No, because they're the same lengths as their opposite side. Did anybody get 12 over 8 and 15 over 10 to get 3 halves? No, because that would be fine too. Okay, volunteer for number 2. Okay, but that's only 2 sides. We have to do all 4 sides.
Good. You're correct on its yes, so it would simplify to good. And then what's the last side? Eight 24ths, you got that one. 5/15ths? Yeah, 5/15ths, yeah. Good, let's give her one big clap. 1, 2, 3. Did anybody do the reciprocal of all those and got equals 3? I did it that way. And that's fine too. Okay, number 3 and 4, you were to determine the missing side length. Nikhil, number 3, please. Good. Good. X equals 9. One big clap. 1, 2, 3. Good. So he simplified 3/6 to 1/2. 2 times 9 is 18. 1 times 9 is 9. All right, number 4. Eddie. Good. 5 corresponds to 20. Which implies to 1/4. Good. And then X corresponds to 14. Or is it 8? I think it's 8. X 1 to 3. Is that a 3 right there?
Where?
Right here. 1 to 3 corresponds 1 to 3. It should be 8,
Oh.
not 14. So just, yeah. Yeah. And then you can see a relationship, yeah. Good. Multiply by 2. 4 times 2 is 8. 1 times 2 is 2 units. Good. One big clap. 1, 2, 3. Questions? Okay, so number 5 and 6 do not have pictures. If they don't have pictures, what are we going to do? Draw a picture. So we'll do number 5 together. We have a rectangular piece of plywood, has a length of 14 inches and a width of 19.6 inches. So draw your rectangle, and a length of 14 inches, and the width is 19.6 inches. I probably should have switched this. Okay, and we have a similar rectangular piece of ceramic tile, and the length is 2 inches, and the width is what we're trying to find. So remember, this represents length in the word problem. So when I labeled my 2 inches, they correspond with length and length, right? And width is 19.6 inches, and that's what we're trying to find is the width. And you can kind of see it's already set up in a proportion. Do y'all see that? So you could just put 19.6 over 14 equals X over 2. And then we see a relationship here. What can we do to 14 to get to 2? Yeah, divide by 7. So in your calculator, 19.6 divided by 7 is Say that again? 2.8. And what are our units? They gave us units. Inches. 2.8 inches right here. We're good? All right, numbers. Yes. 19 corresponds to X, and 14 inches corresponds to 2. Yeah, you can do it that way too. Are we good? All right, try number 6. Draw your picture. It's very helpful. And then we'll have a volunteer come share number 6.
On a sunny day, let me read that. Jalil casts a shadow of 11 feet, and the lamppost in the parking lot casts a shadow of 6 feet. If Jalil is 6 feet tall, how tall is the lamppost? Volunteer. And it doesn't have to be a fancy picture. It could just be a line. Good. And a shadow's on the ground. Good. Good. Units, 36 what? Good. So the lamppost is 36 feet tall. Let's give her one big clap. 1, 2, 3. Questions? Yes. How she drew it?
She just drew a lamppost. Right? My pictures aren't fancy at all. I just do lamppost, shadow, person, 6 feet tall, shadow, 11. That's it. Keep it simple. It doesn't have to be, I mean, hers is fancy. Okay? Are we good? Yeah, don't spend too much time on pictures. Quick, get to the point. All right, good advice.
Question?